Okay, so we have an example here where they give us two functions. Here's the f function, and here's the g function. And then they want us to do three things. They want us to find f compose g, or f of g of x, and then they want us to find g of f of x, and then they want us to find f times g of x. Now that's not a typo. They want us to do these three different things because they want to show the difference between the three things. So here we go. All right, f compose g of x. Well, you could also write that as f of g of x. Okay? But we know what g of x is. G of x is right there. So I'm going to replace g of x with what it equals. Then I have f of 5x plus 1. Okay? So I'm replacing g of x with what g of x equals. G of x equals 5x plus 1. All right. Now I have to find f of 5x plus 1. So I go to the f function, this one right here, and it's going to be 3 times something minus 2. Well, what's the something? What am I putting in for x? I'm putting in 5x plus 1. Okay? Now these are both polynomial functions. They want us to simplify this. So distribute the 3. 15x plus 3 minus 2. And then finally they want us to simplify 15x plus 1. All right, that then is f compose g of x. And it's all done right there. Okay? All right, that's the first part. Now we're going to do g compose f of x. So I'm going to use that other notation like I did on the last problem and write it this way with the bracket because I think it might be a little easier to understand. So now I'm going to take my f of x, this one right here, and put it in. So the 3x minus 2 is going to go right there. So then I have g of 3x minus 2. Okay, now I have to find g of 3x minus 2. Well, what does the g function say to do? It says to take 5 times something, whatever you're putting in for x, plus 1. Now what are we putting in for x? We're putting in 3x minus 2. Okay, so that's kind of the tricky part. You've got two things going on. And now we'll distribute and simplify. So we get 15x minus 10 plus 1, or 15x minus 9. That is g of f of x. Okay? So that's the answer for the second part. It works kind of backwards, like what you think it would. You have to do this part first, and then go back to the left to do the other function. Okay, finally it asks us to find f times g of x. Okay, so I need more room. Now this goes back to the algebra of functions, which we covered in another chapter. But it just means that we're going to take f of x times g of x, which is not what we were doing in the other two examples. We were doing composition in the other examples, okay? So sometimes students get confused and they think composition means multiply, but it doesn't. So that's why we're doing this. All right, what was f of x? Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, where was it? 3x minus 2. Times, and then what's g of x? 5x plus 1. Okay, sorry about that. It's all in one problem here. Okay, that's a multiplication problem. That means FOIL. So what do we get? 15x squared plus 3x minus 10x minus 2. Or 15x squared minus 7x minus 2. That would be f times g of x. So we did 3 things with these 2 functions they gave us. We found f of g of x, we found g of f of x, and notice they're not the same thing. And then we did the multiplication f times g of x. Okay, so 3 different things going on in this problem, but we want to understand the difference and how to do those 3 things. Okay, and then we're going to do some more examples as well.